Good day. Today our topic is fundamentals of CNC machine. Myself, Dr. B. Suresh Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K. Ramakrishnan College of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. So, what is CNC? Yesterday I told about what is NC. NC means numerical control machines. In that we have incorporate computer console to operate the machine means that kind of machines are called as computer numerical control machines. In previous class also I told about what is meant by mechanized machine and what is meant by automated machine. In between what is the difference available, likewise I explained. Now you are aware about what is automations in manufacturing industries. Today nowadays lot of manufacturing industries are converted it into modern manufacturing systems. So modern manufacturing industries always follow the automated machines, so that engineering students should aware about what is meant by automated machines. For the reason, today I will talk about fundamentals of CNC machine in engineering industries. Okay, in previous we aware about conventional machines. Okay, what is conventional machine? I want to tell you the example of horizontal milling machine or vertical milling machine. Horizontal milling machine are shows like the part base, column, arbor. In that there is tool fixation. After that workpiece is clamped on the work table, and that saddle is available, and work table also available. The saddle is used to give the left and right motion for the work table, and also knee is used to give the up and down motions. Okay, in that how can we describe xy and z axis on the machine, which is the difficult task. Here how does the table move along xy and z axis? In manual machines the machine operator operates hand wheel. With the aid of that hand wheel rotation, the tables work table moves horizontally or vertically with the aid of rack and pinion mechanisms. Okay, in that I can show you a video how the milling machine is operated by manually. Yes, here the vertical milling machine is available. In that tool is held on spindle. After that there is work table available. In that work table there is hand wheel. On that, which means this machine is a vertical milling machine. In that hand wheel is for move the table left and right. Yes, which is the tool spindle, which is known as tool spindle. It's a, yes, it is saddle. After that knee. In that knee we can actuate the table up and down motion, which is started. After that there is a work table hand wheel. From this we can actuate the work table left and right, which gives the rotary motion, the speed control of spindle head. Already I told show you a spindle head. The spindle head rotation is controlled with that levers. Okay, which is column. Yes, we can get the motions, saddle motions with this telescopic mechanism. With this telescope mechanism the knee is moved automatically. So these are all the setup available with the conventional milling machine. This tank is for coolant storing and coolant utilization for further machining operation. This setup is known as conventional milling machine. Okay, in that there are a lot of parts: work table, column, base, telescope mechanism. After that speed control, likewise we discussed. Okay, next what happens in CNC machine? Yes, in CNC machine the table is operated and spindle is also operated without any human intervention. So the automation is started. How these parts are actuated? This is the biggest question. How these parts are actuated? What are all the mechanisms we utilize for actuating these machines? How can we operate the machine, and how can we create the jobs with the aid of the milling machines, which is the huge question available with the engineering department. how can we introduce automate? Yes, we can discuss. Okay, and then what are all the parts, basic parts available with the computer numerical control machine? In that there are 5 or 6 different parts are available. The first part started with the part description, which means the part description has dimensions and manufacturing notes of product. After that, the return of NC program for part manufacturing is the second step, and then third step is program for part manufactured is entered into MCU and displayed. Here MCU is machine control unit. After the programming session is completed, the program path of cutter is displayed with the display unit available with the computer numerical control machine. After that, the program is developed with the machine control unit, and punch tape system is transferred to NC machine. So program instructions should be sent to NC machine. After that, sixth part is to be manufactured. How to be manufactured? The job is clamped on the work table. From the work table, the workpiece is machined with the spindle head and tool holding on spindle, rotary spindle. These are all the steps available with the computer numerical control machine. Yes. What is CNC system? The initial input for every CNC system is program. After generate the program, we may go for tape reader. In previous discussion also I told about what is tape reader, how can we write the program on tape. Likewise I told in that how can we convert the binary number to decimal number. Likewise I told with that the absence of holes and the presence of hole, the machine can be read the program from tape. So this information is known as tape reader, which can be carried out through tape reader with the encoder mechanism. After that, this tape reader instructions is transferred to mini computer. This mini computer is furthermore convert the flexible data. That data are transferred to servo system. The servo system is also known as control system of CNC machine. So that the full CNC machine is controlled by servo system. After that, the machine spindle, table, bed, all are moved with respect to the given instructions. Based on that given instructions, the machine is operated, and finally we can get the finished product. These are all the components that are available with the CNC system. We can discuss what are all the components available with the every stage. Okay. Every CNC machine should possess 3 pieces of equipment. What are all the pieces? Yes, a computer, second one is an interface, and then third one is CNC machine. Here, what is the role of computer console in numerical control machine? Yes, the computer is used to draw the design. Initial step is to draw the design with the aid of computer aided design softwares like AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Unigraphics and CATIA. From this we can draw the sketches. After that, these software is used for the drawing development or drafting purposes. After that, the design is only consumes a picture, and the CNC machine cannot use this to manufacture the product. This is the problem. How so? How do we convert the picture it into manufacturing data? Nowadays, CAD is also called as computer automated design. Okay, actually CAD means computer aided design. This name is converted it into computer automated design as per Ibrahim Said. Okay, so the computer software must also convert the drawing into numbers. Numbers means coordinates. There is Cartesian coordinates available, polar coordinate system also available, and then absolute coordinate system, incremental coordinate system. Likewise, lot of coordinate systems are available. So the computer software convert the drawing into numbers that the CNC machine can use when it starts to cut and shape the material. So computer plays vital to give the instructions to the machine with the association of coordinate system available with the CAD software and machine. Okay, after that, this only not enough, so that the second piece of equipment is needed. That equipment is called as interface. So why we need interface? The computer only cannot be directly connected to a CNC machine. So the computer is connected to an interface. So modern CNC machines have a built-in or integral interface. So the modern CNC machines have inbuilt with the interface systems, okay, which appears part of the CNC machine. And this circuit converts the signals from the computer to a form that the CNC machine understands. So interface always utilize to understand what computer generated data and it transfers to CNC machine that can be understand the computer data. So from this interface circuit, the machine can understand what the computer generate to operate the machine. The older CNC machines in previous days, machines have a separate box called the interface. The signals are in the form of digital signals when they are sent to the CNC machine. In previous days, the manufacturing industries are utilized these kind of informations for operating the machine, so that every computer numerical engineer or otherwise automation engineer should aware about computer and an interface between computer and machine. After that, finally, the equipment is named as CNC machine. Here, what is CNC? Computer numerical control. So the signals from the interface, the computer generate the initial manufacturing informations. After that, the interface is used to transfer the computer generated data to understandable data for machines. So computer numerical control machine gather the signals from that interface. The signals determines the way the voice moves. Okay, based on the signals, the voice responds to that interface signals. The voice moves in the three directions. Generally, all machines have three directions. Those are X, Y and Z. Horizontal axis always follows X and Y direction, and vertical direction, which is also known as depth, which can be controlled with the Z axis. So three axes are available in computer numerical control machines. Those are X, Y and Z. The signals also control the speed of the cutting tool. So in conventional machine there is slow speed, high speed, medium speed knob is available. From this we can control the speeds, and also we can control the variable speed stepped cone pulley. From this we can control the speed of the machineries. But in CNC machines, the signals only used for control the speed of the cutting tool with the aid of a stepper motor or servo motor. In upcoming slides we can discuss what is meant by servo motor, what is meant by stepper motor. Without gaining this kind of knowledge, you can't write the program, and how the program is actuate the machines. As an engineer, we should know the every parts that are all involved in computer numerical control machines. That's why I told everything with the basic and fundamental manner. And then CNC terminology. Next topic. Now you are aware about the mechanisms, what are all the equipments that needed to computer numerical control machine. Now I can tell about the CNC terminology. These terminologies are also used to operate the machine. In that, three informations are important. Those are basic length unit, second one is machine control unit, and the third one is controller components. Here the machine control unit is generally called as MCU in manufacturing industries. First we go with the basic length unit, which is called as BLU. What is basic length unit? The displacement length per one pulse, because every CNC machine is operated with the signals, so that the displacement length we can calculate with the pulses. So the displacement length per one pulse output from machine is defined as a basic unit length, okay, which is basic length unit in CNC machine. How can we calculate? In CNC computer, each bit represents one capital BLU, which means the basic length unit. So bit is equal to BLU. For understanding this example, I can show you an example. If one pulse makes a servo motor rotate by 1 degree, okay, one pulse is responsible for 1 degree rotation of servo motor, means servo motor move the table by 0.0001 mm. 1 BLU will be 0.0001 mm. So here 1 bit is equal to 0.0001 mm instructions. That instruction is converted into displacement length, which can be 0.0001 mm. After that, the second terminology is machine control unit. The main unit, which is also one of the main unit. So the main unit has electronic hardware that reads NC program. So the electronic hardware is required for read the NC program that are available with the punched tape. The punched tape information is also called as coded instructions. To decode that coded instructions, we can use the machine control unit. How it works? It interprets it and conversely translates it for mechanical actions. What are all the mechanical actions are available with the CNC machines? There are different kind. First one is generate axis motion. Already I told you what is X, what is Y, and what is by Z axis, so that the machine control unit generate axis motion with respect to given input signals. After that, receive the feedback signals of position and speed for each drive axis. So the second function of machine control unit is receive the feedback signals of position and speed for each drive axis from the machine. And then third function, implement auxiliary control functions. Now you are aware about what all the auxiliary control functions are available with the computer numerical control machines. Yes, there is coolant on off, spindle on off, and how can we change the tool? Prioritize, we prioritize the things. The things are coolant on off, machine spindle rotational on off. Second, the tool changer, automatic tool changer is used in all CNC machines, which is also called as ATC. How can we operate that machine? How can we select the tool for particular operation? These are also comes under machine control unit decision making process. So these are all the main important functions that are involved in machine control unit. So machine control unit comprise of input. Okay, input means we can give the input signal to machine control unit. The input signals are read with the reader unit. After that, it may goes to memory. After memorize the data, it can be processed with the processor. After that, machine control unit gives the output signal through output channel. After that, these data are all is controlled with the control circuits. These are all known as control panel. And then if you give various input data to that machine, but how the machine behaves from the feedback channel only, we can collect the data from that machine. So that machine control unit comprises the reader unit, input unit, memory, processor, output channels, control panel, and feedback channels. Then third important terminology also available with the CNC machine, which is known as controller components. In controller components, there are two units placed. Those are data processing unit, and the second one is control loops unit. Yes, in data processing unit, the data from the part program which are available with the punched tape and provides it to the CLU, control line unit, which operates the drives, control limit unit which operates the drives attached to the machine lead screw and receives feedback signals on the actual position and velocity of each one of the axes. A driver, general driver is DC motor is used, and a feedback device are attached to the lead screw. These are all the data processing unit. This data processing unit gives the data to control loops unit. So how the control loops unit performs? Generally, the control loop unit consists of the circuits for position and velocity control loops. Declaration the backlash take up. If you rotate the hand wheel on lathe, it may have some loose end because of wear and tear of the tool. Likewise, the electronic data also have some backlash. With that backlash mechanism, there is data loss available, so that the feedback is should be collected from the mechanical system. Because of wear and tear, the lot of positions and velocity that required to operate the machine will be lost. Okay, this can be measured with the control loops unit. So not only the displacement, the rotational speed also affected, so that we should collect the data about spindle speed on off. Okay, and then the three things are involved in CNC terminology: CNC basic length unit, machine control unit, controller components. Now you aware about the three things. Now next we can move to third component, which is controller components, which is very important in CNC. In controller components, there are two major units. One is data processing unit and control loops unit. In previous slide, I told you what is mean by controller components. I elaborately explained with this slide. What is the data processing unit? The data processing unit acquire the data from interface system. What is the input for the data processing unit? Generally RS-232 cable, which is a port. Here you see there is one cable is available, which is known as RS-232 port, which can be used to transfer the signal from machine control unit to machine. After that, tape reader. Tape reader generally made up of paper. In sometimes the durable materials also used. So the tape reader is also important. After that, punched tape reader. Punched tape reader is also called as the encoder. Okay, encoder or decoder is used to absence and presence of hole. Here you see the dark color is known as hole, where the white color is available. Those are absence of hole. These two can be read with the encoder. This encoder data is sent to decoder. From this we can get the final data, so that this can be occurred in data processing unit. So data processing unit always required input device as like this RS-232 port and tape reader. After that, data reading circuits and parity checking circuits like this diode circuit. After that, decoder is used to distribute data to the access controllers. So the RS-232 cable receives the data, and the tape reader also gives the data to machine control unit. The tape reader reads the data. This circuit is called as data reading circuits. After data reading, the decoders are used to distribute the data from the input to the access controllers available with that machine. After data processing unit, the second one is control loops unit available. In that, there is interpolator available. Interpolator to supply machine motion commands between data points. And then the position control loop is also available. Position control loop hardware for each axis motion. So data processing unit is gather the data from input device and convert and prepare the data to actuate the machineries. After that, control loop unit performs interpolation functions, which is machine motion commands between the points of that position control loop hardware for each axis motion. How can be the machine motion in x axis and y axis? Likewise, the control components or read the informations available in machine control unit. Now you are aware about what is meant by machine control unit and basic length unit and controller components that are available with the CNC machine. Now we can categorize the CNC machines. How can we categorize the CNC machines? There are 4 types. One is based on motion type, second one is based on control loops, and the third one is based on power supply, and the fourth one is based on positioning system. We can see every point. Okay, here based on motion type, the motion can be controlled point to point or continuous. Here what is point to point? Here you see the top image, the starting point is available. After giving the program, the spindle is moved from starting point to first position. After that, I can give the program, the tool head is moved to third position, after that fourth position. Intermittent of those points, there is tool point available, tool path available, but the total work is calculated with the start point, intermittent point and final point. So the tool head is moved point to point. So the tool spindle has tool path and operates on 3 different points. Okay, the operations performed at each point location available with this diagram, and then the tool motion can be controlled with the continuous path. Here you see the tool is not moved with the continuous, point to point motion. Here the tool is moved continuously. Here you see tool starting point here available. After that, the direction of this line, the tool moves on that pathway. The tool path and the tool profile. The brown color is known as tool profile and the black color line is shows the tool path. So the tool can be moved with the tool path without any stoppage. With this operation, we can perform the milling operation and we can perform the drilling operation with this point to point positioning. So based on motion type, we can classify the machine it into 2 types. One is point to point, another one is continuous path. Second one based on control loops. If I give any command to you, means if you are not, sir, I can understand your lecture, but I can't able to understand your lecture. Likewise, you are giving me a feedback, means I can get you a close. Okay, I can get you a closeness with you. Okay, which this kind of communication is known as closed loop communication. Now I discuss with you, but you won't interact with me, but I give you a data, which is this kind of information transfer is known as open loop transfer. So based on control loops, some circuits are formed for give one side instructions, which are known as open loop. Some circuits are formed for collect the feedback from the system, those are called as closed loop. After that, based on different power supply, we can classify the machines. In your machine shop, you can see the machines with the electrical power supply. In some cases, in roadways, you may see poke lines and hydraulic jack. Those are not operated with the electrical power supply, but if you can rotate the hand wheel, you can actuate the machines. So that this kind of power supply is now called as hydraulic system. In some systems are utilize gas for actuating the machine. This kind of power supply is known as pneumatic power supply. Based on the prime mover power supply, the machine can be classified electrical, hydraulic and pneumatic. And then based on positioning system in your engineering graphics subject also you may study how what is meant by incremental dimensioning, what is meant by absolute dimension. In incremental positioning means you always follow the previous point to identify the next point. From x1, x2, x3, 3 points available means if I consider x1 for generate the x2 I can fix x1 as the origin, from that I can fix the x2. For generate the x3 point, x2 is the origin, from that x2 origin point I can generate the x3, which is known as incremental. And then second type of positioning system is also available, which is absolute system. In that xy origins, xy axis are available, but those lines are meeting at origin line, which is O generally called. So every points are designated with x comma y, which is known as absolute. So all the coordinate system points or follows the origin point O. From this we can represent or originated all the points on plotted region or machine motion region, means these are all comes under absolute motion. So that based on positioning system also we can classify the machine. So those four things are important in classification of CNC machine: based on motion type, based on control loops, based on power supply, and based on positioning system. Then see how the CNC machine is controlled. Next question: if I rotate the hand wheel I can move the table on this guideways with the aid of rack and pinion mechanism, or otherwise rectangular rack mechanisms, rack and pinion mechanism. I can move the table, or otherwise I can use the guideways. From this I can adjust the movement with the lead screw, means I can control the machine. But in CNC machine how can we control the machine? Yes, the motion or machine motions are controlled by the utilization of servo motors. Okay, in by utilization of servo motor we should aware about those three things. One is encoder, another one is servo controller, and then comparator. These three things are important. In CNC machine the general circuit is input given to the comparator, after that it moves to servo controller. The encoder reads the servo controller motions. Based on that encoder informations the lead screw rotates. Based on that given revolutionary motions the table makes the linear motion on the respective lead screw. Likewise the CNC machine motion happens initially. Here what is encoder? The first question is started. So the encoder is a sensor. Encoder is a sensor that detects rotation angle. Here you see lead screw available. How much of angle it should be rotated based on the given input data. So the encoder gives data. How it gives? Here you see lot of rectangular notches available. In that there is a disc available, and then LED light is available. Back side of that photo sensor also available. In behind of that squaring circuit is available. Here what happens? The LED glows, it emits the light rays, and it can be captured with that rectangular holes. So the presence and absence of transferred light happens on this disc. So the light is transferred with that hole. The photo sensor is detect the sensor. Okay, detect the signals from the LED. So based on this we can get the data presence and absence of these rectangular holes. With this number of holes we can identify the rotation angle, and based on that rotational angle we can identify the linear displacement of machine tool on the slideways or guideways. So encoders are used in devices that need to operate in high speed with high accuracy. Okay, here you see one animated diagram available, which is consists of lot of black and white. The black color represents the absence of light, white color represents the presence of light. So absence of light, when enters it into the red square box, the display converts to 1, and the white color display enters it into the red color square box, the signal is converted it into 1. So from this, machine can understand how much of rotation angle the encoder moves and how much of linear displacement will be taken by lead screw can be calculated with the encoder. After, based on this encoder data, the servo controller is operated. Servo controller is the heart, which is the heart of the servo system and the CNC system. A typical servo system consists of a motor, feedback device and the controller. So the control circuit typically involves a motion controller which generates the motion profile for the motor and a motor drive which supplies power to the motor based on the commands from the motion controller, which is the function of servo controller. The servo controller consists of motor, feedback device and the controller. So the controller circuit operates the motor drive which gives the power supply to the motion controller. Okay, based on this motion the machine operated, and then electronic circuits are utilized for comparison of input data. So a comparator is a device that compares two voltages or currents and outputs a digital signal indicating which is larger. It has two analog input terminals and one binary digital outputs. From this, the machine can read the signals. So these three equipments are used to control the CNC machine. After that, already I told about what is meant by open loop and what is meant by closed loop. Okay, what is meant by open loop? If you are consider, for example, if you are consider, now I taking a class. Okay, if you are giving a feedback, sir, I can understand or I can't understand your teaching means, I can get the feedback from you. Based on that, I can make a decision which is known as closed loop, or otherwise I always speak but you always hear but you won't give any response to me means that kind of transfer is known as open loop. So open loop systems have no access to the real time data about the performance of the system and therefore no immediate corrective action can be taken in case of system disturbance. For example, if you are getting any disturbance with audio level, video level, means if you are giving me a data I can adjust, but the system not adjust what available I can accept. Okay, that's all happening with the open loop system. And then what happening in closed loop system? The comparator available, digital to analog converter available, DC servo motor available, gear available, work table available, after position sensor also available, and then based on the position sensor you can collect the feedback signal from the system. So in a closed loop system, for example, if you are consider my class, if you are collect the data, sir, I can't understand. Likewise, you give me a signal to me. Based on that, I can again tell you what happening in my concept. Based on that, I can make a decision change. Okay, which is known as closed loop system. In a closed loop system, what happens? The feedback devices closely monitor the output and any disturbance will be corrected in the first instance. Therefore, high system accuracy is achievable in a closed loop control system. So, which one is best? If I compare both the things, which means open loop and the closed loop, means closed loop can create the accurate system, accurate motion rather than open loop system to control the CNC machine. Then driving system. What all the driving systems are available to operate the machines, which is also important to you before writing the programs on NC tape or otherwise type the program on computers. Nowadays, the drafted drawing itself generates the program because of computer automated drafting. Here, the driving system receives the signal from generated data with NC punched tape and from computer. So the requirement is that the driving system has to respond accurately according to the programmed instructions. The program can be generated with the punch tape, or otherwise the program can be generated with the computer console. And then the motor is coupled either directly or through a gearbox to the machine lead screw to move the machine slide or the spindle. This can be carried out with the aid of driving system. So, three types of electrical motors are used as a driving system to operate the CNC machine. Generally, from the initial stage, the DC servo motor are used. After that, AC servo motor is used to operate the machine. And then stepper motor also involved in operating the machine. So these motors are the driving system for operating the CNC machine. So that we should aware about what is meant by DC servo motor and what is meant by AC servo motor and what is meant by stepper motor. These are all the important concepts available with the computer numerical control machine. In that, so first step is stepper motor. First component, first driving system is stepper motor. A stepper motor is also called as stepping down the actuations, a stepped rotational motion. Okay, he is one that rotates in an intermittent manner, moving by a fixed angle. The stepper motor does not give the continuous rotation, but it can move discriminately with some degrees, so some fixed angle, so that every step consumes some fixed angle rather than continuously rotating as a shaft. Okay, the movement of the second hand on a clock, which is the example for stepper motor. For example, if you consider the wall clock, in that wall clock the needles moved by step motion. The same manner the stepper motor is actuated. For example, which advances 1 second at a time could be achieved by using a stepper motor that moves in 6-degree increments. So every motion, every rotation of stepper motor consumes 6-degree increments once every second. Likewise, the stepper motor mechanism is arranged. So if I give one pulse of current to that stepper motor, one pulse of signal to stepper motor means it make rotation about 6-degree. So it has different types. The types of stepper motor are permanent magnet type, variable reluctance type, and then third one is hybrid motor. Those three things are available with the stepper motor. Here, what is permanent magnet stepper motor? Here you see the stepper motor functions as like a wall clock. So if I give one pulse of current means it makes 6 degrees of rotation. So in permanent magnet stepper motor there is the component available as like rotor, stator and windings. Here rotor is a permanent magnet which is represented with the blue color. That blue color is the permanent magnet. Then PM motor rotor has no teeth and is designed to be magnetized at a right angle to its axis. That figure shows a simple 90-degree permanent magnet motor with 4 phases A, B, C, D and then D. Okay, applying current to each phase, that is A, B, C, D. If I applying current to each phase in sequence will cause the rotor to rotate. So if I give the pulse to that ABCD phase, the rotor makes a rotation inside of this windings. Okay. So because of this applied current, the magnetic field is changed. So the change of magnetic field, the rotor makes rotation inside the phases. Although it operates at a fairly low speed, the permanent magnet motor has a relatively high torque characteristics. It gives low speed and also it gives high torque to operate the lead screw. And then these are all low cost motors with typical step angle between 7.5 degree to 15 degree, so that the permanent magnet motor actuates for every signal 7.5 degree to 15 degree. And then the second type is variable reluctance motor is also available, which means the cylindrical rotor is made of soft steel and has four poles, which is represented with the rose color. Four poles. It has a four rotor teeth 90 degree apart and six stator poles. Okay, those outside there is the stator poles available. Each are 60 degree apart. Likewise, the variable reluctance stepper motor is arranged. So, the electromagnetic field is produced by activating the stator coils in sequence. So, if I sequentially I give the electromagnetic field to all the six stators. It attracts the metal rotor when the windings are energized in or occurring sequence 2, 3, 1. Likewise, and so and the motor will rotate in 30 degree step angle. So if I give the electric pulses to 2, 3, 1 means the center rotor took 30 degree step angle. In the non-energized condition, when I don't give any energy to that phases, there is no magnetic flux in the air gap, as the stator is an electromagnet and the rotor is a piece of soft iron. As there is no detent torque, there is no torque available with the variable reluctance motor if I won't give any power supply to that stepper motor. After that, hybrid stepper motor, when we combine both the things with each other on making a simple motor which is known as hybrid stepper motor. In hybrid stepping motors, combine a permanent magnet and a rotor with metal teeth to provide features of the variable reluctance and the permanent magnet motor together. The number of rotor pole pairs is equal to the number of teeth on one of the rotor's parts. So here rose color n number of rotor teeth available. We can combine the rotor teeth and pole pairs. Okay. The hybrid motor stator has teeth creating more poles than the main poles winding. From this we can get high torque and rotational speed. Which are all the stepper motor and mechanisms available with computer numerical control machineries. From this we can get the different kind of lenient and rotary motions for actuating the machine axis. And then already I told about open loop control. What is the meaning of open loop control? The same open loop control if we use in drilling machine means what happens, the driving unit available of that pulse generator generates a signal to the driving unit, and then it emits a signal to the AND gates. Based on the AND gate information, the machine is stepper motor is actuated. So these kind of activities, the stepper motor, by the utilization of stepper motor, the drilling head is moved on the work table. Based on that, we can get the point to point movement of spindle head with the computer numerical control machine. So the point to point control system is many times referred to as the positioning system. So positioning of drill head is utilized by point to point method on drilling machine. The primary function of the point to point control system is to move a tool from one point location to another specified point. Yes. Generally, to do hole operations such as drilling, boring, reaming, tapping and punching. Likewise, the machine is operated. Okay. So the point to point motion is important in drilling operation, boring operation, reaming operation, tapping operation and punching operations. For this, we can utilize the stepper motor control. And then servo motor. Now servo motor is also used to control the machine axis. So a servo motor is a rotary actuator that allows for precise control of angular position. It consists of a motor coupled to a sensor for position feedback. It also requires a servo drive to complete the system. It also requires a servo drive to complete the system. The drive uses the feedback sensor to precisely control the rotary position of the motor. It has two types. A servo motor also has two types, which are AC servo motor and DC servo motor. So, servo motor is a rotary actuator that gives the precise control for angular positions of the drive shaft of the motor. So, the power source is important for servo motor rotational action. So, power source is the key difference between AC and DC servo motor. What is the difference between AC and DC servo motors? AC servo motors depend on an AC power source, whereas 1 minute student. Yes. AC servo motor depends on an AC power source, whereas DC servo motors depend on DC power source like batteries. So, AC servo motor's performance is dependent upon voltage as well as frequency, whereas DC servo motor performs mainly relies upon voltage alone. These things are happening in AC servo motor and DC servo motor. Okay. So, the AC servo motor performance depending on voltage and frequency, but DC servo motor performance depends on voltage alone, which is the difference between AC servo motor and DC servo motor. And then components of servo motor controlled CNC, how it controls? Yes, the motor is initial point. Based on that motor that collected the input data from machine control unit, it gives to the lead screw rotation. Based on the lead screw rotation, the work table moves from its initial stage. So that movement is sensed by position sensor. So the position sensor is always called as encoder, so that the collected encoder data as a feedback for table movement, which can be given as an input to motor speed control unit. Based on this, motor can be actuated again for exact positioning of the machining system. So we can utilize the servo controller system for CNC machinery likewise. Okay, in that the lead screw rotation and table movement with the position sensor as a encoder and the feedback system, which are all important role on a servo motor controlled CNC machines. After that, we can compare which motor is suitable for machining performance. Yes, the advantages and the disadvantages of a stepper motor available. Why not? The servo motor also has its own advantage and its own disadvantage. So the advantages of a stepper motor is low cost, ruggedness, simplicity of construction, low maintenance, that are available with the stepper motor. But disadvantage also available in stepper motor, which gives low torque capacity and limited speed only we can operate with the aid of stepper motors. But the servo motor, if I utilize the servo motor for operating machine axis, means it provides high intermittent torque, high torque to inertia ratio and high speeds, and it works well for velocity control, available in all sizes, quiet in operation, smoother rotation at lower speeds. These are all the advantages we can collect from servo motor, and also it has also its own disadvantages. Those are more expensive. Then stepper motor. If I compare the stepper motor purchase, servo motor consumes lot of cost and then require tuning of control loop parameters. So tuning is required in servo motors and it is not suitable for hazardous environment or in vacuum. Okay, and then excessive current can result in partial demagnetization of DC type servo motor. These are all the disadvantages available with servo motors. So, depending upon the situation, depending upon the machine axis movement, we can choose the different kind of motors. And then how can we control the motions of the CNC machine and how can we get the feedback? Already you are aware about what is encoder, how can we sense the position of a table. Likewise, I told, now you are aware about, but the machine control and the feedback. First one is encoder outputs, which is important parameter, encoder output. Encoder output can be detected with the photovoltaic sensor. From this we can get the electrical pulses. Example, 500 pulses per revolution means one rotation completed with the 500 pulses. Okay, from this electrical pulse, how much of rotation it took. Likewise, I can collect the feedback information from the spindle. After that, the second one is rotation of the motor. The linear motion of the table can be calculated with the rotation of the motor. N number of rotation can be carried out to that motor shaft. Based on that motor shaft rotation, the lead screw also rotated, so that we can convert that rotary motion into linear motion. From this we can calculate how much of distance the table moved with the rotational motion of the lead screw. From this we can calculate the linear motion of the table. After that, the pitch of the lead screw. Generally in lathe, 4 TPI thread lead screws are utilized. So the pitch of the lead screw can decide a horizontal distance between successive threads. Okay, the pitch of the lead screw also decides the distance movement, which is the horizontal distance between successive threads. One thread in a screw is it may be a single start screw, means distance moved in one revolution is called a pitch. And if I consider through two threads in screw, means the distance moved in one revolution is equal to 2 into pitch. These are all happening in motion control and feedback mechanism in CNC machine. For control the CNC machine motion controls with the aid of two mechanisms. One is lead screw, another one is ball screw. Why we use ball screw than lead screw in CNC machines? Let's see. What is mean? First you are aware about lead screw. Lead screw generally used in conventional machines, but ball screws are used in CNC machines. Why we go for ball screws in CNC machines? First you are aware about what is lead screw. After that you may aware about what is mean by ball screw. So a lead screw, also known as a power screw or translation screw, is a screw used as a linkage in a machine. Generally in central lathe, the carriage is placed on the lead screw. Based on the lead screw rotation only, the carriage is slides on the bed. So which can be translate turning motion into linear motion. Based on that, the rotary motion is converted into linear motion in a conventional lathe bed. Because of the large area of sliding contact between their male and female members, screw threads have larger frictional energy losses compared to other linkages. For the reason, the CNC machine utilizes ball screw. Here you see the balls are placed in a thread gap, okay, root gaps. Okay, how from this how can we achieve the smooth movement? By providing two steel balls in between the screw shaft and the grooves. The balls roll on the grooves. So from this change to rolling contact from sliding contact to reduce the friction. Okay, from this we can achieve the smooth movement of machine axis. And then you should aware about how can we identify, how can we find the directions in CNC machine? There is two systems are followed, which is right hand coordinate system. Here you see axis designation for horizontal Z, okay, and axis designation for vertical Z. Two things are available. You can place your hand, your thumb is always shows x-axis, and in front of the first finger there is y-axis, and then third finger you are having z-axis. The similar to same happening in axis designation for vertical z. The two things, the directions of machine axis happens with the right hand coordinate system. So the machine coordinate system can be read with this kind of axis designation. After that, for rotational parts, there is x, y, z axis available. If I consider the rotational movement along x axis means I can represent it with the small a. If the rotation available with along y axis means I can represent it with the small b, and the same available with the z axis means which is represented with the c. From this we can give the coordinate measurement to the system. Okay, now you are aware about what are the control systems, how can we control the CNC machines with the controller equipment. We should aware what are the advantages available with the CNC machine. We can program easily, and we can store the program easily, and easy to change a program, avoids human errors. NC machines are safer to operate. Complex geometry is produced as cheaply. For example, if you are consider you want to make a face mask means you can easily make that complex shape with the aid of CNC machine, which usually generates closer tolerance than manual machines. From these CNC machines, because of ball screw mechanism, we can generate 0.001 mm accuracy least count values with CNC machines. From this least count we can get the high tolerance machining accuracy. After that, now yesterday class we discussed about NC machine. Now we discussed about the CNC machine. So how can we compare? Here NC stands for numerical control, CNC stands for computer numerical control. The numerical control machine is defined as the machine which is controlled by the set of instructions that are given by punched tape. In that there is data available as like numbers, letters and symbols. These set of instruction is called as a program for NC machine. But in CNC machine which is used to control the motions of the workpiece and tool. Similarly, tool with the help of prepared program in computer. In computer automated drafting system, we can collect the program from drafting itself. We can utilize the program for operating the machine. This program always written with the alphanumeric format. And in NC machine, the programs are fed into the punched cards. Already I told about how can we make the punched card. In CNC machines, the program are directly fed to the machine. Modification in the program is difficult in NC machine, but modification or editing of program in CNC is very easy. And a high skilled operator is required for NC. In CNC, a less skilled operator is enough. The cost of the machine is less, but in CNC machine it consumes a lot of cost. And the maintenance cost is less in NC machine, but in CNC are automatically high. The programs in the CNC machine cannot be stored. In CNC machine we can store with the memory device. From that we can retrieve the data and actuate the machine. Okay, it offers less flexibility and computational capability in NC machine, but the CNC machine offers additional flexibility and computational capability. But also NC machine gives low accuracy than CNC machine produced high accuracy components. But NC machine does not operate continuously, but CNC machine can operate continuously in mass production area. So which is known as the CNC machine 3-jaw chuck. This chuck can be operated with pneumatic actuations. After that, the second diagram is known as turret. In that there are various stations are available. In that stations we can clamp, drill bit and threading operation. We can perform threading operation and we can fix the threading tool, parting tool, facing tool. Likewise we can fix the different tools, various tools on the turret. Let's see, if we write the program means we can understand from this how the turret operates. Here you see on the right side end there is the different tools. We can give the cutting operation on the workpiece. Okay, here you see the first there is turning operation carried out. After that another tool is called from turret which can be performed the milling operation of which can be make the spline portion on the workpiece material. Likewise we can carry out different machining process with single tooling setup. Now you are aware about what are all the CNC components available with the CNC